This consumer video is for you that want to sell your home for sale by owner. We're here to try to help you in any way we can to make the process as smooth and as efficient, and hopefully to get you the largest return for your investment on your home. My name is Ernest Pujals, and we're going to take you through several steps on what to do as far as selling your home for sale by owner. We want to take you through the steps to make it as simple as possible and also answer as many questions as we possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. There's 6 basic steps in selling a home. These steps are used whether you're selling the home for sale by owner, whether you have a real estate professional selling your home. Either way, the 6 steps are basic. And first step is location. What the location of the home is. Is it backed up to a park area? Does it have a large yard? Is it on a corner? Is it in a desirable part of town? Is it in a less desirable part of town? Location plays such an important role on how you're going to price the home and how quickly the home's going to sell. Also keep in mind, if you back up to a railroad track or a busy highway, those are factors that you're going to have to put in. That takes us to the second aspect, which is price. Pricing the home is probably the most important thing you're going to have to do. If you price the home right, it will sell. Keep in mind, it's a little different when you're doing the home for sale by owner than if you're doing it with a realtor. If you're doing it for sale by owner, you have one opportunity when that buyer comes through the home to basically get them interested in your home. So you want to make sure that price is key. Different when you have a real estate agent. That real estate agent may come back 2 or 3 times with that same client because that client has a commitment to them. In your case, you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward because you have one opportunity to get that client interested in your home. This chart shows the activity of a home. On the average, you'll have slow activity, then it will peak out, and then it'll come back down, and you'll see it'll plane out. You want to take advantage of that period of time when there's a peak to be able to have the individuals that you want purchase your home. The issue is, you may say, well, I'll start it off a little high, and then if I don't get anybody, I'll reduce it down. The problem with that is once the individuals have seen your home, they're not going to come back when you reduce the price. So you've got the first people that are excited, they see something new on the market. You want to take advantage of this arc here and make sure your home is priced right to get it sold as quick as possible. You want to make sure you've got that home priced correctly. Today's buyers are educated. They're in the internet. They're able to look and see what other homes are for sale for. So they're not going to be ignorant of what the market bears. You want to use the same criteria that realtors use to price your home. If you price it too high, you're cutting your own throat. And if you price it too low, you lose the benefit of actually going for sale by owner. So what you want to do is you want to use the same factors that realtors use. What the homes have sold for, what the homes are for sale for, and what the homes are on the market that expired and didn't sell. You want to make sure you price this right so that you get the best use of the time that you have the house on the market and that you find a buyer that will buy the home. You want to make sure you find that information. It's sort of easy to find the for sale homes. The solds is a little bit more difficult and the expireds are a little bit more difficult, but try to find that information out because it's key. Because your real market value is somewhere between what the homes are for sale for and what the homes have sold for. If you hit that mark right, that's where your market is, and that's where you'll get the benefit of moving the home at the highest and best price and as quick as possible. So price is your number 2 thing and the most important thing that you have to keep in mind. Condition is number 3. That house has got to be set up so that those people feel that it is appealing to them. Again, it's the same concept. You have one opportunity with that particular buyer to get them interested in your home. So you want to put your best foot forward. This is something you might want to consider to really do some good evaluation before you put the house on the market. You want to make sure that that house looks good. If you've had the home for 5-10 years and you've raised your 3 kids in there, you may want to look at maybe updating the carpet, maybe painting some of the walls, looking at the landscape, freshening up some light fixtures, things of that nature. Again, keeping in mind that when that person comes in that one time, that is your opportunity for them to like the home. The fourth aspect that we want to look at is accessibility. You can have the best looking home, the best location, and have it priced perfect. But if you can't get into the house, it's going to be almost impossible for someone to look at the house and really see what a wonderful home you have. You've got to make yourself accessible. when you design yourself a graphic or a price list that you put together, a picture of the home, room dimensions and things of that nature, and you put it out front of the home, make sure that you put a phone number that they can access you. If you're going to put your home recorder, 90% of the time they're not going to leave you a message, and when they do, when you call them back, it's not going to be the same thing as if when they're excited about the house. You want to put a cell number, a number where they can get a hold of somebody most of the time. That brings me to the other aspect of accessibility. You've got to make yourself available. You've got to be able to, in a short period of time, be able to drop what you're doing and run out and show that home. Accessibility is key if you want to get to that person. That person may be driving by your house, they may be excited and say, oh, look how pretty it is. And if you say, well, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I won't be able to show you the home until 5 o'clock tonight. Well, the problem with that is, between 10 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock at night, what do you think that person's going to be doing for the next few hours? They're probably going to be driving down the road, finding some other home, or pulling in front of a house that has a real estate sign, and they're going to be calling that person. Once they call that home, you're going to have a qualified agent get a hold of them, and more than likely he's going to show them the things that are out on the market based on the real estate community and not based on the for sale by owner side. So keep that in mind, that you've got to be accessible at a moment's notice to be able to go out and show that property. Just a note, if you think this is something that's going to be done very quickly, you want to make sure you're aware of the reality of the situation. In the selling of a home, your marketing is going to take an average of 3 to 12 weeks. Then the sale, the negotiating of the sale, takes approximately 1 week, and then the closing can take anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. If you look at all this, it can go anywhere from 8 weeks to 4 months, depending on your home. In accessibility, the one factor I do want to bring up is you want to be safe. It doesn't matter how much money you save if you're not safe. If you're at home alone and someone just comes up to the door out of the blue and knocks on the door, bear in mind whether you want to let that person in the house. You might be all excited about, hey, we've got somebody. If you're a lady at home by yourself, use a certain amount of caution before just letting somebody into your home. You don't want some strange gentleman coming in from off the street to look at your house with just your wife. Just use a little common sense in that aspect. Your next point is financing. What type of financing do you have available? What kind of qualifications do you have? The worst thing in the world is that you're at your office, you're trying to prepare for a meeting, someone calls you at 10 o'clock, you go, they sound like wonderful people, let me jump in the car, let me run down there, let me show them the house, and you go through all this, and they are a lovely couple, sweet as can be, they walk through the house, they love the house, and they say they want it. Lo and behold, after they've gone back to their bank, after that time has been taken, you find out that they cannot qualify for your home. They don't have the income necessary for a home like yours. So you've just spent all this time away from work, away from your obligations, showing these people a home that they can't afford. You want to create a relationship with a mortgage person, whether it's a person that helped you when you bought the home, a bank that you're comfortable with, some people that could be recommended to you. Those mortgage people are there to help you with finding out, is this person qualified? Can they afford my home? And is it worth my time to drop everything I'm doing to show them the home? That is a beauty. If you get a call from a realtor saying they've got a buyer for your home, the benefit there is that more than likely that person has already been pre-qualified. That agent has taken the time to have them talk to a mortgage person before they bring them over to your home. And that is probably one of the big factors that you might want to consider if you see that you don't really want to do a for sale by owner. Those are some of the factors that you want to keep in the back of your mind, that those agents are trained professionals, and before they spend their time, they want to make sure that person's pre-qualified. Try to establish some relationship with either a local bank or a local mortgage company that could help you through this.